Will you be voting in the general election?
Yes.
And do you mind if I ask which party you're going to vote for?
I'm going to vote independent. UKIP.
Lib Dem.
I'll be voting for Lib Dem probably, yeah.
I'm still thinking about it actually, because this time it's really close, and I'm thinking between the Labour and the Conservatives really.
Will you be voting in the general election?
Yes, I would, yeah, definitely.
Great. And do you think that any of the political parties can significantly change society?
I don't know, that's going to be a long-term thing. I think it's down to the people rather than the parties to actually change society. It's whether or not we can do it.
Do you think that any of the political parties would be able to fundamentally change society for the better?
No, they're all pretty much the same now, aren't they? It's not really a massive difference between any of them.
No.
No.
Society, no. I wouldn't
Probably
say so.
not. It'll probably be better than... The only reason I'm voting Lib Dem is because it's probably better than Labour at this moment in time, and Nick Clegg's a nice guy, and the Conservatives probably won't really change that much. So.
Do you think any of the parties will be able to change society significantally?
Not really. I mean, it's just all false promises and false hopes, I think. I think it just needs something different, needs shaking up and just totally reshuffling, really.
Do you think society's fair?
I think it's kind of fair. Obviously, we're a democracy and that. Like, obviously, we can all vote for who we want to get into power.
Is it fair? It's like, it depends. If it's set up, if it's an engineered society, then it's running and working perfectly for the guys at the top. If it's all happened to come together, then it's chaos and it's probably not fair. But then it's the law of the jungle, I suppose. You can go out and get what you want. Fair's a funny one. I don't know.
Do you think society's fair at the moment?
I suppose as fair as it can be. It's never going to be fair for everyone, is it?
I think so. Yeah, I think sometimes you get out of life what you put into it, and I think generally speaking, yeah. I don't want people to get an easy ride. I think people should be prepared to work for what they get, and if they are unable to work for various reasons, then by all means give them benefits.
To make things fair for one person, you're going to have to make it unfair for another person. So if, in relation to taxes and things, if you change the taxes, it's always going to be affecting someone to help someone else.
Do you think society is fair at the moment?
I think it's fair. It's got fairer.
Yeah.
I think it's got somewhat fairer since 1997, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say for me it's pretty fair. There are times where it's not fair, like tuition fees maybe. Some people would say that wasn't fair, but
Yeah.
I'm having a nice life. Other people aren't, but they get a good amount of benefits, so I don't know. You know, it's fair for some people, not for others, but then if you put the work in, maybe you could, you know, really reap the rewards.
In this country, I think we have a very, very fair social security system, which I don't think in a lot of countries that you're able to access those deals. But in this country, I think it's pretty good, actually. Yeah.
So comparatively to other countries in the world, it's quite good.
I think so. Yeah, I think so. In fact, some people might think it's actually too good for people who only just arrive in this country and they have access to all the benefits. But I'm not going to knock it because I think it's very good in this country. Yeah.
Do you think? Do you see society as being fair?
No, not really.
And why? In which way is it not fair?
If you look at the news and whatnot, you see all these foreigners coming in from Europe, like whilst we've joined the EU. So you've got Romanians, Polish, whatever, or what have you, and they're coming in and they're getting free NHS, our health service. They're getting free housing. They're getting free driving lessons. They get all this shit. They don't pay taxes. They don't even work. So how is that fair? You tell me how that's fair.
Why is your taxes going towards someone else?
So I work.
Putting the British people
I work
first.
about average about 50 hours a week. Yeah, get paid well, but my taxes, I pay quite a lot of tax. So why have I got to pay for some Polski to have like driving lessons and that?
It's just everything that's going on at the moment. People are losing out left, right and centre. I just don't think what's happening now is the way forward, to be honest.
But there's not enough referendums either. I feel like laws go through without referendums, and that always really annoys me. I'd like more referendums.
You got the government bailing out banks.
I think
a year or two down the line, they're getting like 700 grand bonuses, like the big earners.
I think with that,
they're earning good money for a reason for that sort of bank. But why is our taxes bailing out that bank to then give
I think it's debatable because everyone's got bank accounts and stuff, and the government can't let all these banks collapse because a lot of people, like society, like you, me, right, we'd lose a lot of money if these banks all went under.
Something like the Iraq War would have been something that would have been good to have a public vote on, but we voted for Labour in 2001. 2 years later, they seem to have completely changed and to be doing these things that most people didn't really want. So stuff like that.
I would say no.
So you think that society isn't fair on the whole in general?
Yes.
And in what ways do you see that that unfairness?
Unfairness is because the power is at the top, so rich people are in charge, and they would never let the poor to get any further, even if they're trying hard. You wouldn't see the sign of any hope, really.
Have you ever heard of the Zeitgeist movement?
No. Don't know what it is.
Have you ever heard of the Zeitgeist movement or the Zeitgeist films?
Yeah. I was reading about it the other day. I've completely forgotten what it was. I have.
I know what it is.
You know what it is,
Yeah.
right? So have you seen the films?
No. I've
Right.
read about them.
You've read about them?
Yeah.
And
Mostly negative stuff.
have you heard of the Zeitgeist movement?
Absolutely, yeah. Heard of it. It's got a big reputation on the internet. Absolutely, yeah.
Has it been a positive reputation from what you've seen?
It depends who you're asking. If you ask some banking elite, then probably not. But if you're asking someone, to be honest with you, for me it was an eye opener. It was a interesting look on things.
So would you consider looking at the information that yourself and forming your own?
I would consider watching it.
Yes.
I would consider watching it. Yeah, totally. I mean, I'm not close-minded, but I would definitely not. I would go into it with a pretty negative viewpoint, I would have to say.
I think, anything that's different. As I say, I don't know what the answer is, but as long as it's different to what we've got already, something that can sort everything out, and that's the way forward.
Great. Well, thanks for your time. We'll finish filming now.